What's
And we're live. Welcome to another episode of Part-Time Nerd with me, Alan. Angry Artist in the house. What is up, William Russell? Ryan Francis, how you doing, sir? Hope you guys are all having a great night. While I got the young Angry Artist in here, tonight I'm starting things off speaking about the charity that we're doing this month. So for the whole month of November, Strikeout Beer, me, Rapid Dave Streams, Whiskey Pro Streams over on Twitch. We are donating all of our funds that we receive for the beer fund, everything they get streaming, to the North Texas Food Bank. Thanks for the share, William. I appreciate it. That's all being donated to the North Texas Food Bank this month. What I've got going on right now, we got it posted over on the Strikeout Beer page, as well as I posted it in the Part-Time Nerds group. So if you're part of that group, you can see it. I have the Angry Artist donated a original piece of art. I'm going to go ahead and throw this up here because this is still going on. He did this. This is going to be an original piece. It's not a print or anything like that. This is something that it's the actual drawing itself. What he did is he's donating it and we're raffling it off. So all the funds from the raffle are going to go straight to the North Texas Food Bank. TJ, thanks for jumping in. Dad's a Fortnite wacko. Thank you. So get in on that raffle. We still got about, I think it's 5 spots left on that raffle. This is an amazing opportunity, guys, to get an original piece of art for really cheap, as well as helping out a local charity. So go on over there. It's a 9x12 toned paper. It's something that would look awesome on your wall. Like I've got all this stuff up here framed like this actually here, that Omega Red. That's the original piece of art that I've gotten from the Angry Artist, as well as I have several prints back there that are his as well. But we still got 5 spots left in this raffle. It's $11 a spot. As soon as I get that filled, I'm going to go on, raffle it off. We're doing a randomized list through random.org for the winner on that. But guys, jump in there. It's $11 just to jump in on this raffle. If you were going to donate anyways, just go ahead and do it with this. This way you got a chance to get something for your good deeds. But yeah, folks, you need to fill that raffle out. Don't be cheap. Can't do crap else with $11 today, right? I mean, Ryan Francis come in, love his art. Ryan, you need to get yourself a spot in there, buddy. It's still going. So guys, we got 5 spots left on that. That's going to fill up here pretty quickly. Jump over to Strikeout Beer Facebook page. Go to the Part-Time Nerd group. Go to the post. The post will have this picture on it. Go in there, claim your spot while we still have some spots left on that. As soon as we get that filled up, we're going to go ahead and raffle that off. So guys, please jump in there. Let's fill this up. Let's get this taken care of. And that's another couple $100 going to North Texas. And that puts us that much closer to hitting our goal of $1,000. Going to get a piece from him soon. He is amazing. Hey, Bill, I know William shared this post. You can go onto his page and claim a spot. $11 gets you into the raffle for this, man. So jump over there and claim yourself a spot, and then that way you can go ahead and get that piece, and you might be able to get it for $11. So what we got here. Also, when they win, they can have me send it to CGC for Yellow Signature Series slabbing. They're slabbing for their fee. So yeah, you can get that. You can get that slabbed in case, so you don't have to worry about something happening to it. Jay, what is going on, my brother? Hope you're having a good night. But yeah, guys, so we've got that going on. Again, we got 5 spots left in the raffle. Jump in there, claim your spot on there. You can go on the Williams page. You go on the Strikeout Beer page, the Part-Time Nerd group. We've shared it all over the place. So just go in there and claim one of those spots. And as soon as I see that, I'll get you added onto there. If you guys do it during the show, I'll go ahead and as soon as the show's over, I'll close those spots out, close a raffle, and maybe we'll do a raffle. We'll have to get everyone will pay first, and then we'll go ahead and do that raffle. But yeah, guys, again, a chance to get some amazing art from an amazing artist for cheap and help out a local charity at the same time. So jump in there, guys. Claim your spots. Good luck to everyone. Thank you to everyone who's donated. Thank you to everyone who shared. Thank you to everyone who's done everything. I got on the crawl going down there at the bottom where you can donate money if you just want to donate money for the charity for this month. But guys, jump in and get in on that raffle. Enough with that. So let me get into the show. So if you're a first time watcher, thank you for tuning in. If you've been around for a while, thank you for always tuning in. One thing I always talk about, because I am part of the Strikeout Beer Network, that's me and Rapid Dave's thing. Wednesday nights, 7 p.m., we do Strikeout Beer. Well, we got Brandon coming in, Yinling acquired. Brandon, thank you, my brother. I appreciate that. That's one thing that we always, I repeat, Yinling acquired. That is one thing that me and Brandon love is Yinling beer. And we're almost running out. He had to make a trip to Kentucky, and he's on his way back, and he has acquired the Yinling for us. So I don't have to keep nursing those last few beers that I had of the Yinling. But tonight I'm drinking. This is a beer that I've had. I'm always drinking a beer when I'm doing the show, and I always like to showcase it. I'm working on cleaning out the fridge. I've got a Brutal Beer Works. Their Brutal Fest. It's a beer that I've been drinking for a while that I really do love. It's a really tasty beer. It's a 6% alcohol by volume. Brutal Beer Works out here in North Richland Hills. If you're in the area, go check them out. Those guys brew some really good beer, as well as they make some nice pizza too. They've started selling pizzas. Let's see here. If they don't go grab one of those spots soon, I'm going to go grab those last spots. So get them before William gets them, guys. It's a great chance to win an amazing piece of art. Let's do it and help out a local charity, guys, just in time for the holidays and things like that. So. All right, so let's get into a couple little comic book things going. So last week there wasn't a ton of comics that came out. There was no real covers that really grabbed me. I typically like to share some of my favorite covers of the week. There wasn't anything that just jumped off the cover for me this last week. There were some nice covers, but nothing that I was like, oh man, I've got to make it a point to screenshot this, share this with everybody. Last week there was one big book that really came out. Dude, you get to watch the new Mando episode? Thoughts? Yes, Jay, I have watched the new Mando episode. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. So stay tuned, chime in. I've got a few things that I want to talk to you about on that. Chris Hayes and his crew need to come and grab some spots. They haven't grabbed a spot yet either. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why people are sleeping on this. It's a great opportunity. But the biggest comic that came out last week was a Punchline. It's a one-shot issue that came out. Following the show, I've been talking about the Joker War and everything that went on. Punchline is Joker's new sidekick, essentially his new Harley Quinn. At the end of it, she gets arrested, and I'm kind of burned out on all these variants yet. Dude, there's a ton of variants that have been coming out lately, man. It's insane. But the Punchline came out. The story, it's going along, and it's following everything that happens after the Joker War. She's arrested, and she's got some plans up her sleeve, and she's actually getting people to feel sorry for her and to make her think that she's made them think that she's the victim in all of this. She was just someone who was caught up in everything and was kind of forced to do a lot of things through the influence of the Joker. And she's going through the trial, and you're just seeing how these people are they're duped for it. They're falling for it. She's playing kind of like an innocent victim type thing. And it's just, it's crazy. There's definitely going to be some more things coming with Punchline and the Joker. This is kind of setting some of those things up. Now, what they are, you don't know, but you know she has a plan. You know she has something going on. But it's just kind of a little intermediate in between story, giving you more of her origin, telling her story, how she met with the Joker and things like that. It was definitely interesting. It's a good read. I highly recommend picking it up, especially if you're into the Batman role in the Batman universe. It seems like Punchline is going to be huge. I think Punchline, William says, could be is huge. They treat her like a true equal, which they definitely did throughout that series. But they try to make her just a new Harley. It won't work. She has to be over top, which she kind of was. I definitely liked her character and what they did with it, and everywhere they were going. I think you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of her. So that's something to keep an eye out for. As far as new books coming out this week, a couple things that are hot that are going to be coming out that I recommend you pick it up. Something is Killing the Children, issue number 12 is coming out. That has been a hot series. James Tynion, who has been writing uh, the last Batman, storyline and things like that. He's been writing that for Boom. It's a great story. It's pretty fun. The artwork is different in it, which I really like. It's just something that's kind of unique and kind of out there. So I definitely I highly recommend that. Picking up Sally, I never had a chance to read any of this year's books, so I'm just hoping that they keep her as a powerhouse. Yeah, I definitely think they're going to keep her around, William, for sure. I don't think Punchline's going anywhere. The next thing that's coming out is going to be Batman issue number 103. You've got two big battles that are supposed to be taking place in this issue. You've got Batman versus Ghostmaker, which is a character that was introduced last issue, and it's someone from Bruce's childhood that is kind of like his equal, trained same way he was trained everywhere he was, and he's coming back to Gotham to take Gotham over. And the last issue would ended with him telling Batman, "Hey, me and you, let's fight one-on-one. Winner takes Gotham, loser has to leave." So it's going to be, I'm looking forward to seeing how that story plays out. Be picking that issue up tomorrow. As well as in that issue, you've got Harley Quinn versus Clown Hunter, which is another issue, another character that came out of the Joker War. He lives in the Narrows, and he just kind of, when Batman was kind of MIA through some of it, and no one was there really fighting in the Narrows and taking care of things, he was a character that showed up. It turns out he's a kid who's had a kind of a tough life, and he's kind of taken on this mantle. The Clown Hunter was going and hunting down all the clowns of the Joker and killing them. And so you've got Harley Quinn versus him this next issue. I'm excited to see where that storyline is going to be going with that. And then you've got some more Dark Metal Knights tie-ins coming in. Issue number 5 of Dark Metal Knights is coming out. Justice League 57, which is a tie-in. Amazing Spider-Man 53, which they have the Last Remains storyline going on, which is a really good story that I've been reading. You've got Kindred, which was teased all the way back in issue number 1. He didn't really start doing anything until issue 52 of this current Spider-Man storyline, and come to find out he is Norman Osborn's son. Harry, you don't really know how he became who he is, but he's been going after Spider-Man, and that story has just been heating up and heating up, and they actually started fighting this last issue, and the story is going to keep continuing with their battle, where Kindred's pretty much getting Spider-Man just to kind of give up his life so that Kindred will release. He's got Spider-Woman, Silk, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen, all of those characters kind of under his control, and Spider-Man's offering up his life for all of theirs. So I'm really interested to see where that story continues to go. What do we got here? The Spider-Man Venom art in the back. Yeah, that one is pretty sweet. That's from David Sanchez. He's a local artist here in the area. That one is pretty awesome. I definitely love that. David Sanchez's work is good. And right next to that is that Batman Who Laughs that I got from William Russell, who did the Spider-Man that we're raffling off. So, and then the next thing you've got going on, you've got in Captain America issue 25, you've got the first appearance of a new Agent 13, which if you followed Captain America at all, Agent 13 became Captain America's love interest, wife, things like that. And then you've got the X of Swords story that is continuing going on, which you just started to get the battles. They build this up as this big, huge, the mutants of Kuroka versus the other guys, and they had to go and get the swords so that they can battle. Sorry about that. And they're leading it all in. This is big battle to death, and you had the first few matches come up, and one of them was an arm wrestling match. One of them was when two characters were forced to get married. Another one was two characters, they were fighting each other, and they had to lose a limb. Whoever cut off a limb first won. So the other guy cut his hand off, and he won. It's been weird the way that the battle is actually broken out. We're getting about 3 more issues of that this next week through various titles. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's actually going on with this, where this is going, because it's not the big battle that was kind of built up to be. I thought it was going to be kind of almost like an all-out war or some one-on-one, just straight hardcore fighting, and it has been anything but that. So we'll see where that goes. But that's everything that I got going on in comics coming up this next week and what I was reading last week. Before I get into, I'm going to launch into some movies, some TV shows. Jay's talking about the new episode of The Mandalorian. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. But before I get that going, last week I debuted on Part-Time Nerd, a segment that I actually did with William Russell, the first one. It's called 5 Questions with Alan. And I've got the next episode of that coming up right now. And who I interviewed this time was Chris Hayes. He's one of the owners of Pastime Comics. He is a comic creator for Four Leaf Comics. He's done the Don't Pay the Ferryman, Fields of Fear he just released. There's several other titles as well as more titles that he is working on. He was the one who put together, him and McGuire, they're the ones who put on the Cowtown Comic Con that just went on a few weeks ago when William Russell was in town. So I'm going to go ahead. He was one of the ones I talked to. So without any further ado, here's the next episode of 5 Questions with Alan. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Alan here for another episode of 5 Questions with Alan. And I'm here with the great Chris Hayes. How you doing, Chris?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. So let's kick things off. So let's go 5 questions. We're going to start. We're going to start with easy and go work our way to hard. Okay. Right. Question number 1: favorite comic book character?
Captain America.
Okay, Captain America. Question number 2: favorite alcoholic drink?
Malibu and pineapple juice.
Okay. All right.
A little fruity.
Yeah. Hey, not afraid. You're not afraid to own it.
Don't judge. No.
You do you. You do you. Nope. Okay. Next question. Before I ask a question, I have a question before the question.
Yep.
Have you seen the movie Mystery Men?
Yes.
Okay. So you get to have a superpower, but it's one of the following superpowers. You can either be the Blue Raja, you can throw cutlery better than anyone else, but only forks.
Only forks.
Only forks. You can be the spleen, the ability to control your flatulence.
Yep.
You can be the shoveler. You shovel better than anybody ever.
Yep.
Or Invisible Boy. You can be invisible, but only if nobody is looking, including yourself.
I've got to be Invisible Boy.
Invisible Boy?
He was one of the best characters there.
Okay. All right. Invisible Boy. Question number 4.
Yep.
You're alive and well during the Avengers Endgame Infinity War.
Yep.
The Thanos snap happens. You lose your wife and kids. You then take the life insurance money and blow it on a failed food truck. But you find love, get remarried, have 2 kids. But then the Avengers bring your old family back. Which family are you living with?
I think I'm just going to say neither and move down to Venezuela.
And just completely, you're just
start over.
You're just abandoning them both.
Abandon everybody, kids. Yeah, I'm just going to go.
Okay. Hey, that's a new answer. I like it. I like it. Everyone else has been selecting options, A or B. You're just saying, I'm taking C. Neither.
Might as well go C and live life.
There you go.
Why? Yeah. Why pay the child support? They can't find me. Right.
Exactly. And question number 5: is Michael Scott from The Office a good person or a bad person?
It's a good person.
There we go. That's everybody. Rapid Dave disappeared. Rapid Dave thinks he's a horrible person. He's a good person. He is. Chris, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. As always, it's been fun.
It's been fun.
Thanks.
What's
And there we go. Another episode of 5 Questions with Alan, with our special guest, Chris Hayes of Pastime Comics and Four Leaf Comics. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Ryan Francis, what a crazy question. I can only assume you're talking about the Thanos question, which I absolutely love that question. I saw it online in like a meme, and I've been asking everybody that question, including I did a new episode of it yesterday, which I think I'm going to go ahead. Bo-Katan, dude, we're going to talk about it, Rumley. Don't worry. What is up, mother? How are you doing? Rapid Dave's mom is in the house. How are you doing? Bo-Katan, we're going to talk about it, Rumley. Just give me a second. I'm going to end the show with that. I don't want to, because that's going to take me a little bit to get into the little Mando talk. I'm definitely looking forward to that. And no, Rapid Dave, he is not. No, you're wrong. But yeah, 5 Questions with Alan. I wanted to have another one that we're going to release Wednesday on Strikeout Beer, and this one is with a couple brewers. Yesterday, I went to Blue Bucket Brewing yesterday with Zach and Scott. They invited us out. I had a chance to go out there, brew some beer with them, have some fun, try a bunch of different types of beer with them, things that they've brewed, things that they found some places. I had the most awful beer I think I've ever had. It's right up there with that pizza beer, and it's from Martin House. It's Buffalo Wings. It's a buffalo wing hot sauce inspired beer that was just awful. I almost want to gag just thinking about it. But yeah, it was bad, as well as some other beers that I tried there. We'll talk about that Wednesday during the show, as well as I'm going to play my 5 questions down with both of those guys. They were the first group of people that I asked those questions to, so looking forward to that. Now let's get into what do we got here. Alan only puts on episodes where the guests say Michael Scott is a good guy. He doesn't air the. I've been we've done it 3 times, and all 3 times, I think of the 9 people I've interviewed, only one person has said he's a bad person so far, Ryan. Only one of the 9. So what's that say about you guys? I think you guys are wrong. You need to reevaluate your options, reevaluate life in general, really. Just kind of look at what you've been doing with your life and where you can go with it. That's the only advice I have for you right now. All right, so let's launch into a couple things. One, I want to talk about a couple of rumors that have come out that I'm excited about. Both of these. One is they announced, or I don't know if they've officially announced it, but there's rumors that Darkwing Duck is going to be getting rebooted on Disney Plus with Seth Rogen and his buddy Evan Goldberg or something like that. I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy he does everything with. But they're going to be at the helm of this, leading this off. So you should add more than one question. Do you put away your shopping cart? That will be on my next series. I'll add that to the next series, Ryan. How's that sound? But yeah, so Darkwing Duck is going to be getting a reboot on Disney Plus is what all the rumors are. I'm definitely looking forward to it. They've been talking about this for a while. They actually brought Darkwing Duck back in a way on a DuckTales, a new version of DuckTales, which if you haven't watched it, it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Me and the kiddo will sit down and binge it for a few hours, whenever we sit down and watch it. There are a few seasons into it, and they brought Darkwing Duck back this last season, as well as the last season, and then this current season they've brought him back. Just, I guess it's kind of like a teaser to see how everything went with it, just a little taste. And everything that I've heard, or everything I've read, and everything I've seen has been good with him in it. And so they're actually going to be bringing, hopefully this isn't just a rumor, it is something that they are going to bring back Darkwing Duck, because that's something that I watch on Disney Plus now, the old episodes of Darkwing Duck. It still holds up. It's still great. He's a fun character. I enjoy him. So I would definitely love to see that one come back. The other thing that I saw the last couple days, and then the new one came out today, is that Keanu Reeves is going to be coming back and playing John Constantine. There's actually going to be a Constantine 2 all these years later. I mean, I think it's been 15, 20 years since the first one came out. But you're going to be getting you're going to be getting Constantine 2 with Keanu Reeves returning to play him. And then there's talks that he could be being one of the main characters of a Justice League Dark movie, which would definitely be interesting. You bring in, the Chimp and Swamp Thing and, Wonder Woman possibly into that. She's definitely someone who's in there. I would definitely love to see who is playing Dark. It's animated, Ryan. I don't know who does the voice for him. I'd have to look it up and see if it's the original voice actor or if it's a new voice actor. But yeah, it's not a live action Darkwing Duck. They didn't get a real duck or someone dressed as a duck. It's animated. But yeah, Constantine 2. And then today I started seeing the rumors just before I came on that he's going to be one of the lead characters for a Justice League Dark movie, which would be pretty awesome. I would definitely love to see kind of that darker side of things. But again, with DC, you just got to be careful and temper your expectations, because it hasn't been that great. I'm not one of those who's looking forward to the Snyder Cut of Justice League when it comes out, because I thought they tried to do maybe the story was kind of clunky, and now they're just trying to throw in just everything they possibly can into this. And I think they're trying to add too much. You're adding Martian Manhunter, you're adding Darkseid, you're adding the Joker, you're adding, I mean, the list just goes on and on. They've talked about adding Green Lantern into it, just on and on and on of all the characters that they're adding to this. And I think you're trying to do too much and just shoehorn too much into it. So we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely looking forward to, because Keanu Reeves is one of those actors that I love. If he's in something, I'm going to watch it. Here, just the other day, I bought John Wick 1 through 3 at Walmart for like $13 as part of their Black Friday sales, because they're doing all these early Black Friday sales. And I got part 1 through 3 for $13 in one little set, because the John Wick movies are awesome. If you haven't watched them yet, you definitely need to watch them. But those are a couple of the rumors that I've been hearing, things that I've been seeing. Next two things I'm going to talk about are things that I've been watching, things that I'm enjoying. The first one I'm going to talk about is, last week I talked about how I finished up The Tick and all that, and I was looking for something new to watch. And so I just started watching. What's up, Julian? How you doing, sir? You know what, Julian? I'm going to tell you one thing that you missed. You missed a lot, but right now over on the Strikeout Beer page, we're doing a raffle on some art from the angry artist himself, William Russell. And we're raffling off this piece of art that he's donated. It's an original piece of art. It's $11 a spot. You can go to the Strikeout Beer page to claim a spot on the post that has this picture. And what we're doing is all the proceeds that we're getting from this raffle, we're donating to the North Texas Food Bank. We've got a little charity raffle going on, and we're donating all, the $200+ that we're getting to the North Texas Food Bank, because everything that we're making this month in the beer fund, or Rapid Dave is getting in streamings, or Whiskey Pro is getting during his streams, we're donating to the North Texas Food Bank. So if you want to jump in on this raffle, it's $11 a spot. We had 5 spots left when I started the show. I'm not sure if we still got some spots left or what's going on, but we're raffling that bad boy off. So you can jump on over the Strikeout Beer and see that. But yeah, so new show I just started watching, which I'm almost done with the 2 seasons. I'll finish up season 2 tomorrow, is Titans. It was originally released on the DC streaming service, which I didn't get to watch because that wasn't something that I picked up or I got. But they announced season 3 is going to be moving over to HBO Max. And with that move, you brought season 1 and 2 over to HBO Max. So I've been plowing through that. I've got like 3 episodes left, I think, of season 2. It's definitely interesting. It's a darker take, I feel like, on the Titans, dealing with some darker issues. It's more violent. You're dealing with, I think you're getting a Dick Grayson that I never really saw in the comics, a more violent version of him. He's in between being Robin, and he hasn't taken the mantle of Nightwing yet. You get Jason Todd's Robin in there. You get Hawk, Dove. You get Raven. Gar, Beast Boy is in there. It's been an interesting take. This last season, they're taking on Deathstroke, and they're dealing with that. It's been really good. I've definitely enjoyed it, as it's been something different from the comic book TV shows. Most of the stuff that you catch on the CW, none of them are really that dark or violent or things like that. And then you got a little bit on the Netflix stuff with the Punisher. Punisher was definitely violent, dark, but this is kind of a different spin and a different take on it. Your episodes are like 40 minutes each, so they're not too bad when you're watching them on there. It's a good watch. I've definitely enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to finishing this up, and the new season comes out, I think, early next year, season 3, and they're supposed to be introducing, I think, Jason Todd's character is supposed to be transferring over to Red Hood. But it's a little different take on the mythos of it and things like that. So it's not 100% comic accurate and things like that. But it is definitely good. I'm enjoying it. A little sad to finish it up so quickly. I think I finish it in about a week. But it's a good show. Check it out. And last but not least, Jay, I hope you're still here. Rumley, I hope you're still here. We're talking about The Mandalorian. Episode 3 of season 2 just came out, and this was a big episode for Star Wars fans, because you brought in, this is one of your first episodes that you've brought in characters from previous Star Wars shows. You brought in Bo-Katan. She shows up. She is a Mandalorian. You saw her in the Clone Wars. I'm still here. I know you're here, Brandon. I'm not going to spoil too much for you. Not that you even care, but one thing about this episode was it was a short episode. It was only about 30 minutes long, a little bit over 30 minutes. This is one of the shortest episodes that they have had for The Mandalorian. Yeah, there will be some spoilers for sure. Rumley's still here. I know Rumley was excited to see Bo-Katan, because as soon as he jumped into the chat, that's the first thing that he had to say. Francis, okay. Well, they asked about The Mandalorian. That's why I asked if they were still here. Okay, I don't need you guys getting your feelings hurt. But you had Bo-Katan show up, which they had talked about her showing up. Sabine Wren, um, Ahsoka, which you get your first mention of Ahsoka in the show. Bo-Katan's telling her where to. Yeah, 37 minutes long the episode was. I'm pretty sure that was the shortest episode. Most of them have been in the 40, 45-minute range. You get a few that are right there about the hour mark. Some of their longer episodes. But you get Bo-Katan in there. It's nice to see them connecting the Mandalorian to previous shows and previous history of Star Wars, getting to tie all of that in there. You can get rid of me. But yeah, it was nice seeing her brought into it. It's a character that you saw. This was the second episode that Bryce Howard has directed to. Yeah. And everything I've been seeing out there this week is give her own Star Wars movie. The 2 episodes that she's done have been really great and phenomenal. This was definitely the best episode of the season. Episode 3 was. Episode 1 and 2, they were good. They just weren't great. They introduced some new characters and things like that. But episode 3 was phenomenal. You had a lot of action. You get the explanation as to, because if you know anything about Star Wars and you've watched the Clone Wars, Rebels, and things like that, you see all these Mandalorians and they all take their helmet off. But then when you bring on the Mando, when you're doing this, you're finding out, and he's saying you don't remove your helmet. It doesn't come off. This is the way. They don't remove their helmet at all. You get to understand just how badass the Mandalorians can be. Yeah, because they totally just, you roll through with 4 of them and they take out a couple of not troopers, just battalions, I guess, or I don't know what the term is, of stormtroopers, which they joke about how they're stormtroopers. They can't hit the blind side of the bar. So, hey, shut up, Brandon. No one likes you. But yeah, you get to see, they explain why, Bo-Katan, she's a Mandalorian from Mandalore, born on there. Her armor's 3rd generation in her family. And she talks about with him, he's like, you can't remove your. He's like, oh, you're part of the it's the Children of the Watch, and they are a zealous religious cult, essentially, that have come up and trying to install some old ways of the Mandalorians and bring them back. And so you see that it's 2 different factions, 2 different beliefs, whereas with the Mando, his is more of on the religious side of things, and with Bo-Katan and those Mandalorians, they are Mandalorians, as opposed to like a religious cult sect of Mandalorians. So that explains that whole, what people call was a plot hole, as to why he says you can never remove your helmet, but every Mandalorian we've seen before that, they all remove their helmet. So, but you get that, you get a nice battle scenes in there. You get to forward the story more. You get to find out what Bo-Katan's looking for. Obviously, she's looking for the Darksaber, which Gideon Moff has. She needs it so that she can go ahead and rise up and be the leader of the Mandalorians and bring them back to and into the forefront, and not living in exile as they all are. Sometimes I wonder if Mandalorian thinks about me. I don't think he does, Ryan. I don't think he does. But this last episode number 3, a great episode. I absolutely loved it. I'm not going too in depth with it. I've gone a decent amount, more than I have with previous episodes, because I do like to give people the opportunity to watch it and not lose some people. He totally does while he's sleeping, right? But yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, I don't know, when I started the show, we had 5 spots left. If you haven't yet, jump over to the Strikeout Beer page. $11 gets you into the spot for the raffle. This piece of art was donated to us from the angry artist himself, William Russell. All the proceeds from the raffle are going to the North Texas Food Bank. We've already raised $512. So when we tack on this couple $100, we're going to be at like $500 or $730 donating towards our goal of 1,000 that we set to hit for the month. I really feel like with your guys' help and everything, I really feel like we can push through and maybe hit that 1,000 by the end of the week with some time to spare and keep pushing that goal up and set some stretch goals and things like that. We're going to be raffling off some more stuff. But right now we've got that going on. Jump over to the Strikeout Beer page, get yourself in on that raffle, have a chance to win an amazing piece of art. It's going to ship directly to you here, after we get everything raffled off and all that. It's already drawn. It's all ready to go. He just needs to throw a name on the envelope so he could ship it out, guys. But make sure to tune in on Wednesday. Strikeout Beer, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Strikeout Beer is going to be it's going to be an F round on Wednesday. Me and Rapid Dave, we don't have a guest book for this week. We're not booking one. We're just going to drink some beer and have some fun. I've got a few different beers for him to try. Some stuff I picked up from the Blue Bucket guys. I'm going to talk about my experience with them this last weekend, brewing beer with them. I've got some exciting news from them that they've been working on an idea for a strikeout beer, and they finally settled on something, and we'll start brewing at the beginning of next year. They're going to brew a strikeout beer, and I'm excited to tell everybody what that beer is, that style that they're going to do. It's definitely a strikeout beer. When I tell you about it, you'll be like, yes, that makes 100% sense. Rapid Dave doesn't even know yet. Rapid Dave, he's got an S load of beer. So yeah, we're going to have some fun. We're going to exchange Beer Miss beers. Guys, if you haven't started putting stuff aside for Beer Miss yet, tune in Wednesday. We'll tell you all about Beer Miss. And then late night beer reviews at 9 p.m. We will have a guest join us for that. It was supposed to be our guest last week, but things changed. Brandon Combs from Triple Shot Sports will be joining us. It's going to be a great show. We're going to drink a lot of beer. We're going to have some fun. And hey, do what we can to raise some money. I know Rapid Dave's going to be back to streaming here in the next couple days, so make sure you check out Rapid Dave Streams. Go like his page on Facebook and on Twitch. Set those notifications to go for when he goes live so you can jump in there. All of the stars he gets donated from Facebook and all the biddies he gets from Twitch will be donated this month. Will be donated to the North Texas Food Bank, as well as Whiskey Pro streams. Check him out over on Twitch. All the biddies he gets donated to him this month, he's going to be donating to the North Texas Food Bank as well. Guys, thank you so much. It's been a great episode. I've had a lot of fun. I'll see you guys on Wednesday on Strikeout Beer. Until then, deuces.